A lovely day. Today I would like to talk to you, to all my viewers and my friend on the most dearest language, which I enjoy most reading because of my love for the poetry. Today I'll talk about language Urdu. मांगी अल्लाह से बस इतनी दुआ है जाहिद, मैं जो उर्दू में नसीहत करूं वसीहत करूं, मैं जो उर्दू में वसीहत लिखूं मेरी बेटी पढ़ ले. All Zahid asks Allah is just one small gift. If I write my will, may my daughter be able to read it. My friend, it has been very interesting for me to learn this language Urdu. Initial days of childhood, the parents being born in a Muslim family, they ensure that we read Arabic and all brother sister finish Quran. And then we all went off to our public, the modern public education, convent education. And in this, we missed out a beautiful language called Urdu. It's in late in 2006 in Gorakhpur when I was posted there. And I was invited in one of the institution as a chief guest there. Then I realized that everyone present there was speaking perfect Urdu besides me. And immediately, I didn't go back from there to my residence, but I went to the local central mosque, requested the priest there that he is going to teach me Urdu, what may come, and I learnt in precisely 30 days I could read, write the language which I loved most. And I had this intuition to learn, but I was delaying for no reason, and only that was only because of my intense love for Urdu poetry. It is this, and once I learned this language, it is simply a phenomena. Unfortunately, my friend, what I see today Urdu is dying slowly in the land where it was born and where it flourished. These days, hardly anyone opts for Urdu as a subject in schools and colleges. I've been all over the country. Apart from Kashmir, where Urdu is taught from the primary to the postgraduate level, it is second or third language in rest of the country. Unfortunate. Over time, uh, it it has become to me known as the language of the Muslims. Unfortunately, again, which is far from the truth. It was always meant to be the language of the masses, and branding it as the language of the Muslims is a communal propaganda and nothing else. And this is destroying the language further. Even Muslim families these days prefer their children to learn Hindi or the language of the region in which they live. Knowledge of Urdu cannot ensure getting jobs either in the government or in the private business houses. Again, very unfortunate. While knowing English, Hindi, or a regional language, it does ensure job and recognition and, of course, respectability. My friend, the language evolved over the years and was influenced by several languages: Turkish, Arabic, and Persian, as spoken by the soldiers in the invading armies, together with local languages like Hindi, Sanskrit, Braj languages spoken by the general population and also by the soldiers and staff with the Mughal rulers. Urdu was a mixture of all these, a connecting language. The very word Urdu It means camp. Initially, the well known poets of the Mughal era had preferred to stick to Persian and had little to do with the language of the masses. They soon realized that in order to reach the masses and have any kind of influence, it would have to be nothing but Urdu. Urdu poetry, my friend, is filled with imagery from Arabic and Persian art and literature, full of it. The most popular are the nightingales of the bulbuls, laments for the unresponsible rose, moths flocking on the candle flame only to incinerate themselves, Majnu's never-ending quest for his beloved Leila, and Farhad hacking root cliffs to get to his Shireen. Almost all Urdu verse is overwhelmingly romantic. Just see any poet, barring few. And there is a morbid obsession with the passage of time, the decline of youth, old age, and ultimately death. A mood of despair runs through much of Urdu poetry, but there is also plenty of wit and humor. Later, poets used Urdu poetry as a means of social reform, to denounce bigotry and religious hatred. It seems surprising that while most Urdu poets were and are Muslims, to which to all of them wine is haram, forbidden. All these poets, be from past or the contemporary poets, they wrote more on the joys of drinking than any other subject. Most of the great poets like Ghalib, Sahir, Faiz, Josh, Kumar, Majaz, Bashir Badr, Rahat Indori were even heavily drinkers. Urdu poetry is full of references to the Mehkhana, call it tavern, and the Saki, wine server. However, there is no historical evidence of Mehkhanas in this city anywhere. There were only wine shops where liquor could be bought and consumed alone in exclusively male gathering or in saloons of the courtesan. A lot of poetry is addressed the courtesans. A lot of it is also addressed to rosy-cheeked, round-bottomed boys who on occasions were the wine servers. Saki, गई बहार, दिल में रही हवस, तू मिन्नतों से जान दे और मैं कहूं कि बस. O Saki, gone is the spring of youth. Remains but one regret in this heart of wine. Had you just pressed the goblet to my hand, had I but said enough. Zog जो मदरसे से बिगड़े हुए हैं मुल्ला, the very famous couplet share of Zog. He said, Zog जो मदरसे से बिगड़े हुए हैं मुल्ला, उनको मैखाने में ले आओ, संवर जाएंगे. The mullahs who have been ruined by the madrasas, O Zog, bring them to tavern. They will be all right again. My friend, as on date today, it's only the Bollywood and mushairas, these poetic sessions that nationally or internationally, it keeps happening. It's entertainment for the poor as well for the rich. Besides Bollywood and this mushairas, Urdu, which has kept the Urdu alive today, and that is pretty, and that is purely, that too, it is purely because of ghazals. Filmmakers do this not to further the cause of Urdu, but to add to their charms of their films. People also use Urdu verses generally. All great speakers, you note, especially on the Occidental world, Eastern country world, they use verses and shares to impress. They insert them into their speeches, in the debate. See all kinds of debate, especially you see in parliament session, the astute politician, when he speaks uh, on any issue, he will keep inserting very popular shares of the great poets to emphasize their points. It's all very well to use a small ring of Urdu words, but what's really crucial is that if we continue to neglect the language this way, to take off from the schools and colleges curriculum, it will soon be dead. My friend, अब उर्दू क्या है? एक कोठे की तवायफ है, मजा हर एक लेता है, मोहब्बत कम करते हैं. What is Urdu now but a whore in the whorehouse? Everyone has fun with her, but very few love her. This is one aspect of the Urdu. Another aspect of the Urdu, I sometimes I feel I really don't understand what is it. And some very great poet, like I'll read something for you. Gulzar Saab, another very renowned and established and a great poet. But I seldom understand besides few of his writing. He says, ये कैसा इश्क है उर्दू जुबां का, मजा खुलता है लफ्जों का जुबां पर, कि जैसे पान में महंगे महंगा इमाम खुलता है, नशा आता है उर्दू बोलने में, गिलोरी की आह मुंह लगी, सब इस तरह से लुत्फ देती है, हलक छूती है उर्दू तो जैसे महका हुआ घूंट उतरता है, फकीरी में नवाबी का मजा देती है उर्दू. Now you understand what he was saying. I have not understood anything, my dear friend. Enjoy the Urdu poetry and the language, and do something to save this language. Thank you very much.